Back, everyone. MDL After Dark. We just watched NA get handled. Team Secret. They're looking to be a little bit back. It's 1-0, but it is a best of 3.
Indeed. And I just want to congratulate you guys. We said before the day, let's try and be as wrong as possible in our analysis
Why
for
you
that first
congratulating
game.
me?
We did a great job, BSJ.
Yeah.
We nailed it.
Good shit.
You guys nailed it.
Yeah, now we're going to bring it back, but
You're gonna bring me. Okay, so I have a question. What happened? I thought Medusa was one of the best late game heroes ever. Why have the 2 games we've seen today, Medusa wins the game in 25 minutes?
I think it's just a product of the way the hero is played, right? I feel like he, like straight up, every hero in this patch that's super good is just a version of Gyrocopter. And Medusa went ahead, especially since you're always going for that mask build. Like, you farm really, really fast, especially on Dire.
Yep.
So it's just the enemy team feels pressured to make things happen. You don't really have anything that can handle Medusa toe-to-toe in the late game, so they made plays like forcing that Roche, right?
Yeah.
Secret wasn't going to go for a Roshan for another 5-10 minutes at least, but as soon as VGJ walks into the pit and gets wiped and lose Aegis, like then it just kind of ends the game, and they're doing that because they're the ones on a clock.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like the cool thing about these type of games is our analysis being wrong. The 2 choices you have here is your analysis is going to be right because you understand the game, or you're going to be wrong and learn something.
That's true.
And so, maybe 1 out of every couple hundred games, I'm going to learn something, which is a really unique experience for someone like myself. I can't even. I didn't think they'd be able to slow down the timing of VGJ like that, and I just think it's cool to, like, Puppy's one of those captains that if there's a team that I most often don't understand how they're going to win the game, it's Team Secret. And he just understands the game at like a whole nother level.
People talk about living legends. Puppy is actually one of those. He's one of the guys who's been great since, 2005? Like, to live, not to live that long, but to play a game that long and be that top tier for as long as you play, it's insane, right?
We were at Epicenter together, and I spent a lot of time talking with him. And it's funny how much that guy is, like, just knows about Dota. Like, we were just bullshitting about games and patterns, strategies. Like, there's a joke that not a joke, but every game of Dota is different, right?
Yeah.
But there's things you learn, and then you play like that game, right? Where that lesson you picked up because you lost sometime in the past, like 2-3 years later, it's like, I know this. Like, I'm supposed to buy this or do this, and it's going to win me the game. And Puppy's at a point where he's got that for almost every situation.
Yep.
And it's just a matter of time. Secret's been one of the more vocal teams complaining about these 2-week patches, and I think that's partly because it messes with the understanding of the game that you develop, and like it's all just swapped. Like, it's not about tweaks to talents. It's like, okay, all the math is now different. Figure out what's better, and it takes them more time to get there. Whereas maybe a team like Mineski, they're just like, oh, Pangolier, let's go, baby, and they don't really have that luxury.
To some extent, everyone's kind of making educated guesses when they have these patches come out, and naturally, the teams that are more experienced, their captains have a better understanding of the game. That's bad for them because their educated guesses are not that much more likely to be correct compared to these tier 2, tier 3 teams, and that's what I mentioned earlier is like the separation between these tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 teams is, as you go down is simply how often they're going to understand the situation, build the right items, play the right way. And as you said, Puppy's probably experienced pretty much everything at this point, and I also think that's generally why successful teams combine these young or inexperienced skilled players with the captains that have much more knowledge of the game, because you can actually learn and pick up a lot of stuff very quickly.
Yeah.
If you have that guiding hand, I guess.
Solo croaky Puppy.
Youth and experience, they make a really good combination in all sorts of partnerships in life.
Are you hitting on Grant?
I don't know. I'm just following up, man. I'm trying to, like, back you
I
up.
saw that look.
I thought that was a great point.
I feel like that awkward third wheel right now.
Hey,
I think that's how we're all supposed to feel.
Currently, we have just started the banning phase, and we are 4 bans in. And there's no IO ban yet with VGJ.Storm having first pick. Is this something you worry about if you are Secret? Or, I mean, if you leave it, you're not worried about it, right?
I would assume so, yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's – I feel like you can game plan for that a bit better than you can other heroes. And I'm more thinking about the Doom, which is
I was
still
going to
in
say,
the
isn't
pool.
Doom bad against IO, though?
It is. But it isn't. It depends on what you pair with it, I feel. Because at the same time Doom is running in with fire, you can Doom the Wisp, you can find him, you can interrupt the tether pretty easily, or the reload, rather.
If you're not going to ban IO, who do you want to ban here if you're Secret? Well, they ban Night Stalker.
That's what I was really thinking here. Nailed it. Yep. Just didn't get the chance to say it quick enough.
This is one of those things, right? The IO is in the pool, and it feels like they will pick it for MSS, but then if you're VGJ.Storm, you're thinking, why did they let it through? Like, isn't that in the back of your head, Kyle, when, like, people used to let IO through against you? Because you were the team that always picked it.
Yeah. But the thing is, back then, you also had the luxury of Tiny.
True.
And IO Tiny, like, lifetime is the highest win rate combo in Dota, like, through,
for like
7 years.
Yeah, 7 years, yeah.
It's what, like 75% win? Like, it was just dumb. So I think with Gyro banned, it's a little less powerful because that to me is like your go-to Wisp hero right now, just because the talents, like the level 15 and the level 20 talent for Wisp are just built in amazing for Gyrocopter.
They're taking a little bit of time. Will they go for it? They go for the Doom.
Yeah. You got to. I really think you got to. You can't give Secret Doom, but however, as you said, there's a very good chance Secret just picks Wisp. Doom can play against it, but Wisp is also it's a weird relationship, but it's one of the better heroes to play against Doom for sure.
Crazy how quick. I mean, you're even talking about this like Puppey versus SVG. Like, it almost feels like they are going to go for the IO, and you bring up the Doom. Like, well, Secret's so good at it, they just take it instead.
So I mentioned it last series, and I'm interested to hear your opinion on this, Kyle. I feel like.
What about mine?
Come on. That's not why you're here.
Bro, I bet
You're here for the looks.
I've made more money playing Dota than you have.
Wow. You talking to me or him?
You.
Oh, well, let's not talk about that. It's just a number. Money's just a number.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Well, okay, Kyle, let's hear your opinion on this.
So the idea that, like, it's kind of what happened when I drafted against you guys with Tiny. It's like I don't think I'm a bad Tiny player, but when the enemy knows Tiny better than I do, I don't feel like that hero is nearly as potent in that situation. Like, I was basically saying in the last draft that, like, they deny picked the Gyro from Mineski, and then Mineski just dealt with it really well. And so I don't love deny picks as much in these situations where Team Secret just loves the Doom pick.
Yep, I agree. I think Doom also is very specific in the way you need to play. As far as skill build, item build, play style. I think what Fada did is what I've seen Chalice do. It's what we saw the FTM offlaner. Why can't I think of his name?
No Fear.
No Fear. No,
or
that
Nangrata.
was the 4. Nangrata, yeah. They did the same thing pretty much every game, which was to be super aggressive, max that Infernal Blade, itemize defensively. Like, even drums kind of counts because it does give you some HP, like this treads or phase drums, and you just run at people and tank up. And you have to play that way the whole game. And also your creep awareness, like having the right creep, the Ursa for the early game, the Wolf for the Ogre throughout the mid game, very important. Satyr for the laning phase as well.
Satyr's insane, especially with the IO.
Yeah, that also changed Fada's laning stage completely once he got that. You no longer can pressure him. And
it's not fair.
Well, so Team Secret takes two of the heroes VGJ.Storm had last game, Jakiro Clockwork, and VGJ.Storm ends up getting the IO.
I don't know how I feel about this Jakiro Clock. I don't like it too much, personally. I think these heroes both have a very hard time against a lot of the same heroes.
So why do you think they are like both these teams are picking it? Like what do you think is the
return deny pick coming out from Secret?
Damn. It's like, hey, you lost with this against us last game, so we're just gonna beat you with it.
Yeah, we're gonna show you how much better we are.
This is how it works, guys.
And Puppey loves playing Jakiro, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think Puppey plays that hero.
I hope they draft more reach on the side of Secret. I think Kyle made a good point last game that you can itemize and pick against these two heroes for catch, mainly in the Force Def and heroes with some sort of reliable escape mechanic. And as long as I think the Ember would have been a good pick, something like that is just mobile.
Yep.
Any core like that I think is good. Last game they had Beastmaster, but that hero needs the lane to be pushed in. He doesn't he's not, how do you word it? He's catch, but he's not reach, if that makes sense.
Yep, I like the PL ban. That was what I was going to suggest for Secret, were to continue throughout the pool. I think that's like just super annoying for this Wisp and Doom to deal with because you just harass the crap out of them, and it also plays very well around this Jakiro Clock because they want this hero to go in for them. You don't want to be your sole initiator as a Clockwork. Like, it just feels bad. Yeah, there's a force away, and all of a sudden you're out of position, and the rest of your team has no ability to close gaps.
Yeah, you want to go on the back lines in a game like this, especially with the IO. I think Clockwork's job will be to let the rest of his team go in first, and then maybe hook the IO in the back, or whatever other support VGJ chooses to go for.
I've got a mechanics question. So say the Clockwork traps IO. If he tethers out, does he get pushed away by the cogs? Do you guys know?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
You just tether through.
Okay. That's nice then.
You might take the mana regen, but you definitely don't get the tether interrupted.
Okay.
I don't believe so, at least.
I think we're gonna find out this game either way, though. Just one of those little things. And now, well, we're seeing a lot of carries getting banned out, mostly just PL Ember and the Morphling.
I really like the bans. I said last game, like, I really wanted to see the SVG Disruptor, and it gets taken out this game. And then the Morphling as well, which Rezo has proven, and VGJ.Storm has proven they know how to play it.
This is a Team Secret special.
It is. One of the few teams who's still playing.
What about Axe? Or something of that nature?
Hard against Clock.
Yeah, I'm just saying something of that nature. Like a Void even at the carry roll.
I think it's more it's tough. Yeah. You kind of want counter initiation against the mag. I like Silencer, but you have Wisp Doom already. I don't think it's
I think you need it in the form of a stun is why I mentioned like Void and Axe.
I think Venge isn't bad looking at this game, but whenever I see a mag, you can always assume the enemy side's going to have a lot more wave clear than you, and you also have this like huge team fight edge, and you've already picked your offlaner, which I think is the hero like most likely to counter a mag. The Tide, the Abaddon, the Enigma. Like, you can't pick those now unless you're trying to run like a 4 Doom and a 5 Wisp, but that's just not VGJ.Storm style.
And Secret probably understands that as well. Like they know that you can't. It's not like they picked a 5-position support, so maybe there's an option to do 4-position Doom. They're not going to do like a 5 Wisp and 4 Doom. That's not happening. So they've kind of locked in that they have to draft something in the other 2 roles. And like you said, I have to believe VGJ.Storm. My bold prediction of the draft will be 4th pick Void.
I think you could Wyvern. That's something they've played once so far. I like that hero a lot against Mag because you can safely assume there's going to be a physical damage carry picked up, and it's great counter initiation, right? You just ult the Mag or the carry, and then all of a sudden you just nullify the RP. It's good against Clock Jakiro too. Those heroes don't threaten you.
Do you think it's going to be, if it is Winter Wyvern or if it's not, is this just going to be SVG's hero right here no matter what?
I think that's the way to go. There's just limited options.
Okay, so you're thinking about it from the support role. I'm thinking about it from the carry role.
Hey.
And obviously, you know,
this guy's good.
You know, what can you do?
What's my name?
Kyle.
I don't remember.
What's my nickname?
Swindles.
Oh, Aura Kyle.
There we
go.
Kyle. There we go. Fifth guess.
Yeah, you know.
That's what I'm known for.
Okay,
that's why
BSJ, it doesn't mean you're wrong. You still think there might be a 4th pick Void?
The only problem with the Wyvern Void is that there's no damage.
Yeah.
So, like, if they're going to pick the Wyvern, they're not going to pick the Void. At least that's what I think. I think they're going to pick a hero. Like, another counter to Mag is just pushing.
You want a non-BKB reliant core. That's what's most important because Mag +1, you're going to have the physical damage and you're going to have the BKB overlap.
I'm digging Slark, actually, if they don't
Slark
pick.
is sick here. I agree. I love a Slark pick.
Yeah.
Slark against all 3 of those heroes.
Yeah, if they don't pick a Slark counter in this pick, something like the Void or something of that nature, just something
I think Luna, it can work too.
I love Slark.
Slark is insane right here.
Come on, my boy, my fishy boy. I felt like if they had picked a damage support 3rd, then they could pick Void, but like you just need to have now you need the reach, the damage, the elusiveness. I'm bold. Yeah, there's no other pick in my opinion, but they probably won't pick Slark because that's my opinion.
You could troll or something, but I just don't like that.
Troll against Viper
it's like
so
Slark,
hard.
Yeah, it's Slark or Luna, but Luna against Viper just seems super grim. I think Slark is great, but you have really big damage problems, so you need to make sure that your mid has that as well. Look at that BSJ. Man, what a... This is what I mean, you know? We take the first game off just to challenge ourselves. We set the bar a little lower. Get Twitch chat thinking that they're going to doubt us, that we're wrong. You think we get paid the big bucks to be here because we're amateurs?
You're getting paid?
I thought we were all getting paid.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm going to have to go over this.
Cut off BSJ's mic. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. He found out the plan. We got to leave.
Budget.
It is going to be a Slark. So, Slark, why is Slark good here? Just because
you can. It's really hard to reliably RP the Slark.
Yeah.
RP is a hard positioning-based ability to land.
In general.
And so it's one of those where you just have to play a little bit more hesitant. And if you commit that RP and he packs it, that's disaster level stuff.
Yep.
And Slark tends to split up the map. And even though like all these other heroes we mentioned got wrecked by the break from Viper, Slark obviously gets braked and doesn't have his Essence Shift anymore. Apparently, he also doesn't get his ult regen when he's ulted.
Yeah.
But the concept of the hero against Viper struggles against these elusive split-up heroes, because Viper's just going to walk down a lane. That's pretty much what that hero does. So he doesn't want to deal with these other heroes that pretty much don't allow that to happen.
Yeah. No, when you talk about Viper, right? You don't like seeing a lot of star players. I think Mid One's one of the few people I love seeing him play the Viper.
Yeah, I think that he's in a lucky spot though, where he had. I think Secret's a lot less reliant on Mid One in comparison to a lot of other teams that build primarily around their 1s and 2s. Notably, like the VP. I think LGD is the best example. Yeah. You can't really get away with a maybe Viper like you can a Mid One. This is a tough spot for Storm in that what really lanes against Viper. I mean, talking with EG, part of the reason they liked this hero a lot back in a couple months ago was once you pick it, like, what do you lane against this? It's just annoying. And to your point about Slark versus Viper, I agree with everything you said, but I do think the change to Nether Toxin, where now you can just sort of sit in your acid and Slark's passive stat steal becomes disabled, makes that matchup a lot better, especially considering your ultimate is not dispellable by Dark Pact.
Damn. Good to know. Well, look at it. This is a very quick. Oh man. So we are going back to the Yawar Death Prophet. I mean, he had a decent laning phase, right? It's just that. Do you think it was that one mistake middle that just really? I mean, you already said it. Just kind of cost him. Just don't have that one mistake. Could be a lot easier.
And it's really just that the ult was used and he died. It's just the best scenario, best case scenario for Secret. But it's the pick here. It's a hero that doesn't care if he gets RP'd. You build naturally for these innate saves, right? Where even if, let's say, the Wyvern's zoned, you can have an Aeon Disc. You can use yourself. Like, you buy armor and BKB, and the drain against Viper and Magger is also very strong. And it's also a decent lane matchup against Viper, which not many heroes can say they are.
I love the Void Ban, by the way, for VGJ.
So you take for Secret. Obviously, it's going to be a melee carry. Toss out 3 heroes. What are the 3 most likely heroes here? BSJ's the resident.
I think you
carry.
Void. You could Void if you
want.
No,
they banned it.
I should have said it, man. I actually should have said it. I didn't say it with confidence. Pretty decent against.
It crushes Slark actually because you just dagger him.
Yes.
And then you have vision of him, and he no longer can invis. Even Shadowbladed, the dagger gives you. Vision.
It doesn't reveal him, but it doesn't allow him to regen. It doesn't allow him to regen from his ultimate. I didn't have the confidence in myself with that one. It's pretty good against the Wyvern too, because even if the target's cold embraced,
it's good against Wisp too, actually.
Yes, it is.
Because during the entire duration of Haunt, you know where Wisp is, and he can't bottle.
So you guys are digging this last pick Spectre.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll never be able to prove it because I should have just listed it, but that was about the only pick that made sense to me. Like, heroes like Jug that traditionally go with Mag, they're really bad against the Wyvern.
Yeah.
And that is a good point you made, is that all these standard right-clickers tend to be bad against the Wyvern, and they go with the Mag. And
And you look at the job, like they wanted a little more reach, right? You want this hero that you're buffing to have the ability to start fights for you, and Spectre is the best for that. Like, you're gonna look at all the heroes of VGJ.Storm. They play around their movement, and their sustain, and their peel. How do you peel a Spectre? You can't.
Yeah, and the Cold Embrace no longer is effective at all. The Desolate damage is plenty of damage to go through that, especially when it gets a Manta eventually. I am going to pick Secret's draft here, so probably VGJ.Storm takes the win.
Okay, Kyle, are you in the same boat here? You just like that last pick Spectre that much?
I think it's really, really good, but at the same time, Slark can still run away with the game. There is still the Doom, and the thing is, while like all these things are true, I love this idea from Secret. If they can't deal enough damage and find kills through VGJ's sustain, you have 5 heroes with innate forms of regen and heal.
That is true.
And if you can't kill stuff, you're not going to.
All of us? Now it looks like middle. Puppy, mid one, Yapsor, and Fada are going to smoke up late. We saw him go on the hill last time. It looks like they might be going more to the bottom side, try to, change it up.
I like that they are establishing the early plays. I guess I think last game that had a huge impact on who won the mid lane and how that went. So they're deciding what lane is most impactful for the early game. But SVG actually scouts it out, so not going to make a difference this game. They ran through a ward. Did they place a ward with that? Yeah, they did. They blocked the pole camp, and they will probably be aware of this on the side of VGJ.
And here we go. I'm just going to try to get some harass from SVG. More than likely, like you said, the Sentry Ward will go down after they see it's blocked. Nope, goes down before.
Yeah, they know that something had, like, there was a reason that Seeker was doing that.
Why do you use a Tango to take that instead of just right-clicking
I was about
it
to ask
twice?
the same question. I don't know.
This feels like, I mean, like, it feels like the laning phase now are all about regen, and using one Tango for not really any reason just seems strange. I know it's a real little thing, but little things add up, Kyle.
They do.
So
little
middle
things
lane,
become big things.
they do.
What are we talking about again?
Wards.
Oh, okay.
He tangled the ward instead of just killing it when he had full HP.
You. No,
okay.
You got an,
oh, you're memeing? My bad. My bad. I'm a very serious person. Memes?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm out of it. So middle lane, mid one already. Look at this harass on Death Prophet, who did end up going Cryptstorm first to get some last hits. He's just getting right-clicked hard.
Yep. I think that's part of the reason you see Drain level 1 a lot of the time. Especially against Viper, a hero that can't really push the lane. He skills Corrosive level 1, so he has no problem tanking through a Crypt Swarm, because it's actually going to do more damage to UR than it is the Viper.
Yep. You see right-clicks going out, probably bringing himself a health potion right now. He is. Top lane, only one we haven't talked about is going to be IO Doom, going up against Spectre as well as Jakiro. And look at that. MSS does a good job of stopping that pull from Puppey. So, man, this is another rough lane for the top lane from Secret. It was mid one last game, ace this game.
Yep.
Spectre's kind of a get-what-you-get, though, hero in these type of lanes. Like, they're not going to kill him, and he's not going to win the lane, but he should be just fine, like in terms of CS.
Yeah. All right.
He's going first item Ring of Health. So maybe a Vanguard? I can't imagine he's going Battle Fury. Or Hood.
Helm of the Dominator, maybe?
Oh, yeah, I do like the Helm Dom build on him, too.
I like it as well. It's hard. Like, I feel like Spectre's a lot like Lone Druid. All these Radiance heroes, it's like, what do you buy before the Radiance?
Yeah.
And that's the really difficult part of utilizing the hero. So if they have a good idea on how to activate it, I think that's a big plus for their possibilities.
It gives you options. Usually on Spectre you can't show in lanes in the mid game, and also you don't really jungle very fast. So Helm Dom solves both those issues. You can either send the creep to lane, or you can use it to jungle with you. So it's something that we've seen in the past. I think maybe Envy started that one. And we all know how reliable Envy's builds are.
Some of the best and some of the worst, definitely. But top.
It's 50-50, really.
Doom,
they should make a meme out of that.
Do you like the Wild Wing? Did he just get it because it was the only one there? Or do you look to switch that up, or do you like the armor?
It's a creep you're fine with, but you're happy to replace it with something like the Satyr.
It's better when you're with a Wisp, just because you're both really low armor heroes, so it's nice. It's definitely not a Satyr, right? Like Satyr actually just wins you the lane, because then Wisp is giving you like 9 health regen on top of the 6 you have, so it just becomes silly.
He's actually like tied for top CS on the Spectre. Like, a hero that, as long as you're not getting bullied away from the creep wave, is a perfectly fine laner.
Spectre seems to be really strong against these pressure offlaners, where you just you always have the escape of the dagger, and you take just 10% less damage in the laning phase thanks to your dispersion. So it just feels nice. I think the Mango change helped this hero a lot as well.
Yeah, and the dagger actually does respectable damage for CSing. You can get like an extra 1 or 2 CS a lane, and as we've seen, that matters. Bottom lane just cogs up to harass the Slark. Slark's another hero that you can't really ruin his game in the way that these other heroes are. Like, you can't poke him out of lane. He's just going to sustain through it, naturally get to level 6. The Mango's changes helps him a lot too.
So what do you think? Where are you guessing First Blood's going to be? Is it going to be a rotation middle, or is it going to be somewhere top with like an IO Doom dive kind of thing?
I think it's going to be mid, just because this is
the
clock.
Yep.
If he lands the cogs, he might just wait for nighttime. It's probably the play, just to guarantee he has the vision advantage. Although he might have been sniffed out. I just saw a ping on top of him, but he's going in.
That tangoed E of the tree.
And he's going to get the Spirit Siphon out, but that is a lot of damage from mid one. MSS tries to come in and save him, but not much you can do right there. And a ton of damage done to Yapzor.
From the IO. He's checking the rune, so he would have been there a bit sooner. Or like in 3 seconds, he would have been there.
Yeah,
so
they actually would have turned that around. He had a DD too. Though he would have salved himself, and for sure, I think, been able to land that kill on clock first.
That tango usage was pretty sick by Yapzor there to get the right angle.
There you see it. Well, SVG level 3, still pulling bottom. Yapzor trying to disrupt it a little bit. Rizzo pulls the creeps. And top lane, I mean, you talked about Spectre is third on CS with 20 last hits. That's pretty damn good.
The thing is,
he's going Hood. He's going Hood on the Spectre.
Ooh.
What's the? I mean, you get the good regen, but what is it? Does it really block too much? Obviously,
the Doom
Infernal
damage.
Blade and Doom. Yeah, and look at this. They're just running at him. He's just going to dagger and try to hide up in here. Do we have any more orbs coming up soon? Not yet, but they do find him. They break the tree with another tether, but he's still just dancing around and looks like all the
blade.
Oh, got him. I am not a fan of this. I feel like Secret's issues, like we just said, like how do they need to win the fight? It's all about can they kill VGJ's heroes. They're not itemizing for damage at all. And Slark will run over this game because he has so much save and sustain. If they don't have the ability to actually kill him, and they have no real answer to Slark.
I would have preferred the Helm of the Dominator myself too. I think both items accomplish the same thing right now, and then Helm of the Dominator is better later.
Yep.
They did get all 4 bounty runes on Secret's side, though.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the draft concept of Secret is great. Like, I really like it. I just feel like if the game doesn't go late enough, I think Rezo Slark just takes over. And we just saw a Doom absolutely destroy a game. I think Fada's going to, or Snaking rather, is just going to do the exact same thing here. He's top net worth, and there's nothing to deal with the Doom either right now.
Really good choice to back off by YapzOr. He knew the Slark was coming over, just forcing reactions. 3 heroes bottom, actually. He does ward up in front of his
Look top. Like, I think this Jakiro's just going to die. He's got Doom if he wants it.
I mean, what does a Spectre even do to help right here?
Nothing.
Doom's going to come. Do you like the Doom on a level 2 Jakiro?
Yeah, why not?
This could be a deny, though.
Nice.
I mean, you force the YapzOr TP. And you have a Satyr. Like, that's the thing about Doom with the Mango change. Like, he's just sitting in lane with a Mango and a Satyr. He has 19 HP regen with that Tango. And 1,200 health. Even if you kill him.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And what does a Spectre with a Ring of Health and a Ring of Regen do to this guy? Like, absolutely nothing.
You're not afraid of it at all.
And that's why, like, Clock is, like, a great hero against Doom in theory.
Rezo.
But you don't do enough damage. Yeah. It's level 4. Like, you don't do enough damage at level 7.
Oh, and look at this. Fada. Rezo's going to go back in. Will get the kill. Right-click down, but MSS is here, and uh-oh. That's just a Viper illusion. Don't worry.
Psych.
Middle lane, YapzOr sitting there. YapzOr's gotten a lot done on this Clockwork, though. Top lane, he roamed out, tried to help the Jakiro. He got that first blood middle. He's moving around pretty nicely.
I stand by. Like, who's even going to kill waves on Secret? Like, Puppy's bottom net worth Jakiro? Is that the play?
What if you get an Aghanims on Magnus?
That's true.
There you go.
What if you don't, though?
Then, well,
what
shucks.
if you build a good item?
You don't think Aghanims... You don't like Aghanims Magnus?
I think there's always a better choice.
Like, okay.
Like Shadowblade, BKB, anything that helps you actually get the RP off. I feel like there's very few games that you're confident walking in, blinking, and RPing without any defensive or like initiation type item. That's my, semi kind of professional opinion.
The team that picked Spectre against Slark was Fnatic, and they comboed that not with like a Mag and a Viper, right? These more passive type heroes that don't really have the playmaking ability. They had a Warlock that provided their team fight, and then there was a Storm comboed with it, and that was, I think, the key X factor. It was a bed Storm that really won that game.
Not the Viper.
There's a lot of heroes in this Radiant jungle now. Ice Path get a hit to it. Only level 1 YapzOr. He's going to try to go in. SVG or MSS, one of them more than likely is going to die. Ace uses his first ulti, goes in. We do see MSS fly over to Resolution, just barely over the hill.
I didn't think he was going to make it up there.
It's only a level 5 Slark, so he is not going to regen up other than what the Wisp is providing.
He's trying to get level 6, you can just tell.
Yep.
I like that he pulls him into Tower Fort, though. Just get 6. It's super important.
Yawar does die middle solo.
Oh.
Mid one gets him. And
that's bad for VGJ, because this Death Prophets actually just has no game right now.
That's
mid one's level. You talked about, remember, Yawar was 3 levels up on him, and now last game and this time, Viper's 3 levels up now on this Death Prophet. You just see that bottom ward. We saw MSS placed it. Puppy just barely misses the D ward by that bounty rune.
They might be going on top with the Spectre, but nah, they have no chance. This is a little 8 Doom. I actually don't like this TP at all by Ace.
I think he just wants to farm up here, but because he can't really play bottom against a Slark.
That's why I would have liked the Helmdom better, just because you don't have to farm in your own safe lane, and I don't think you want to farm here either.
I just don't like any, like, look, Brown Boots Hood. Like, that item doesn't actually provide anything as far as acceleration. Yeah. It does absolutely nothing for you unless VGJ try to kill him.
I feel like unless you can actually stand in a lane with the Hood, if that allowed you to do that, it would accelerate his farm, but it doesn't actually allow him to do that.
Yep.
So is Spectre that big of a deal, or is this Viper just out farming and out leveling most of the people not going to be that big?
I don't think the Viper matters too much in this sort of game when you have a Doom and a Slark. Like, the Slark can just get a Shadow Blade and hop on top of him, and he's going to be in trouble. Like, the Viper doesn't win the game. He just enables the Spectre to win the game. Whereas previously, if this was a Storm, then this would be really terrifying because the Storm will be able to, at a point, utilize this vision from Spectre and just, boom, jump a support. They're dead. Viper has no ability to do that. No close and no gap close, and no real ability to pressure map.
I don't think they're going to go for the kill. They're just trying to force them back, basically. This is like the setup for killing him later, basically. Poking him down, making him use resources to protect himself. Now he has no mana. Okay, never mind. He popped.
You see, man, that
was a mango from the Jakiro.
One Infernal Blade just instantly takes off that hood as well from the Spectre.
Yeah.
Infernal Blade's an
okay It's ability. A spell.
Yep.
Oh, look at this. They don't know. They'll probably know it's just 2 illusions now, though. Hookshot's going to come in. It's going to trap both of them, and he's going to Infernal Blade. He is going to pop the Doom up on him. Can they bring down this Clockwork? They're going to try to, but, man, Ace just right-clicking. In comes SVG in this Doom. He's just so tanky. There will be the kill. Now Puppy's super low as well. Snaking doesn't care. Infernal Blade comes down. He's going to get healed up by MSS. Now the real Viper does come, but it's a little bit late.
That was a Scorched Earth Doom. Like that's without his key survivability tool.
Look, it's just because of the health regen he gets from the Wisp. Like, he's running around with, like, 10 base regen, and then the Wisp is giving him, like, another 15.
IO Doom, what do you know? You can't do damage over time to kill
That was a double hook. You can't ask for a better initiation, and they just, like, what does a Hood Spectre do?
Should Viper have been there earlier? What if you get, like, the Nether Toxin just on top? Top lane.
Max
Ace.
Dispersion.
He's dead.
Spectre.
Get him.
What is that?
I'm not a fan of this Hood build.
He is all in on defensive items. Like, that's it. That's all the hero has. He is not actually dealing damage.
Bottom lane. Rezo gets his ulti off. They're going to keep looking. Hookshot is up in 2. Is he going to go for this? Oh, my. Oh, the creep wave. I love. Oh, look at that. Rezo standing behind the creep wave. I love that. And now he's just going to regen up. MSS is here as well. Is level 6 now. Are they baiting something in? Sure looks like it. Snaking its top. And there it is. They're going to go. Oh, my. But instantly blows up. Yeah, you're a little low, and now MSS is just dead. That was
like
a strange play.
That's huge because, oh, give it to Ace. Okay, never mind.
Suddenly Ace is back.
Yeah.
I mean,
that was a huge kill. I'm really surprised Rezo let that happen. I think that you just ditch the Archer, right? Go heal down low. Like, you know Clock is there. You know Mag is there. Why play so aggressive, especially when your Wisp is behind you with no bottle?
Couldn't you have just sat in the trees for an extra 5-7 seconds for the regen?
I mean, you just don't have your ultimate, so if you get gone on, it's like the one time you're gonna die.
I love Puppy. His warding it feels very solo-esque. He's just been getting wards behind all these towers. He's in Viz right now. He's just scouting out. Has 2 smokes on him. Will place that deep ward. Ooh, and it scouts the chicken. Puppy, you're not killing the chicken with a Shakiro, though. I'm sorry. He's going to try. And fail.
He has first item Force Staff on the Viper, so unless they get... I mean,
dude, no one's itemizing for damage. How is Secret going to do anything?
I mean, if you just survive long enough, don't you win this late game? We're going to see a Doom come in that Force Staff. Yeah, it does have a Yapsor. We'll try to trap him in. We'll get it off. Puppy is getting handled by Yawar on the backside. We'll get him. Snaking just gets out of the cogs and gets back. And now looks like a Tier 1 tower will go down.
Yep. And if IO just tethers the Doom, suddenly,
look at that.
There's no item being used by the IO. IO has 13 health regen, and
he gives 1.5. Yeah, 1.5. No, you're right.
Now,
Level 1 tether. Yeah, you're right.
So that's like just an extra 15 or 16 regen for the Doom. And
look at this.
Yep.
He has a hood himself. He has 22 regen on the Doom, plus like he has 40 health regen just walking around. Oh, what a hero.
So VGJ.Storm, they are up about 1,000 gold here. What does Secret need to do? Do you just farm up a Spectre and 4-man with your other heroes, or what do you want to do?
Minimize the damage of the Slark when he gets his Shadow Blade. You can't let him get these free pickoffs. Spectre against Slark as the game goes on. Slark sucks.
Yeah, like it's still a very winnable game for Secret. I just fear that their draft is like very one-dimensional, and if they can't find kills, like that they need towers and kills, and they need to be fought into because they can't actually make moves themselves. And I stand by. Whenever all 3 of my cores are buying defensive items that don't allow them to farm faster, I'm scared.
All right.
but maybe I'm underestimating just how powerful this Spectre will be with Mag and Power later on. Perhaps they're like not on a clock and all they need to do is survive.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe they're thinking they just need to outlast the VGJ.Storm's timing, kind of like last game.
Yeah, just get the game to 30, 40 minutes and they'll win. But my concern is you're playing against a Wisp now.
Hook shot is going to fly in after we see that kill on Puppey, but they're just going to turn around. Ulti will fly from mid one. Death Prophet going to be taking a lot of damage, still alive, but now YapzOr might get run down. But man, the slow from mid one. In comes the Spectre ulti. They need to try to bring down this IO, but look at the move speed with that Doom. The Scorched Earth, he gets it as well. He will go down, but now mid one in trouble. The ulti from Fada. He's going to pull Snake King all the way back. Yep, brings him into those cogs as well. Resolution is going to kill Puppey again. Not even a dieback. He just died a few times. And
so low.
He doesn't get the regen, and he goes down. And look at that. If you build defensive, you don't take damage.
What I was going to say,
kills.
No, like that's exactly what you don't want if you're VGJ.Storm.
Yeah.
The Slark isn't there yet. You want to make that play. Slark needs to be connecting. He was like 15 seconds late to that fight, and the other crazy thing, when he stands in that poison spit, he doesn't get his Shadow Dance passive or his Essence Shift. So as Grant said, he wasn't healing. He just died.
Yep, and the one thing about the Force Staff why I liked it and didn't get the chance to talk about it after it happened is the VGJ.Storm doesn't deal with what you call peel very well. Like if you get out, like I was gonna say, if he gets the Force Staff out before the Doom, how do they kill the Viper?
Yeah.
And so you talk about making the game just last. If you can't kill them, what if they just can't kill you? And you're defending towers, you're stopping them from taking your own. It's like they still haven't lost this mid tier one, and mid one's level 13.
Middle hookshot does come in. Yawar going to be taking a ton of damage. Oh, IO will pull him out right there. Snake King scares him off a little bit.
This is not what you want. You have no DP ultimate. You can't. Oh, you do have DP ultimate. I lied. They didn't even use that fight. They have Doom as well. All right, never mind. This is what you want. This is going to be a great fight for VGJ.
There's a Blade Mill up on Spectre. Not spot out yet on backside. Puppey goes down again. They get the Doom off on Viper. Resolution just right-click him, and that is going to be a lot of damage done.
Suddenly,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and to your point about Peel, they utilize Peel very well on Secret because you have all these obstacles that can be created in that few hundred units of space
and
that a Force creates.
Potential's pretty nuts too.
Yeah, exactly. But when they're no hook, no RP, no haunt, like why even take that fight? It's not realistic. You got to just sack somebody there, but that's exactly what VGJ needs is these fights that they can initiate on top of a tower. They get the Doom off on Viper before he gets a spell off, and all of a sudden, like you're just going to walk over them.
I know you can relate to this, so I want to know your opinion. What is it? What do you think of this level 4 Jakiro? Or level 5,
now.
17
I was about
in
to
the
say.
game.
I love Jakiro. I love playing Jakiro. I can't play Jakiro anymore. I don't think it's just not strong enough. It feels, and it doesn't. You can't have your 5 responsible for like lanes or follow-up stuns. It feels like if you're playing a support nowadays, you need to be providing either some massive team fight, such as Warlock, Wyvern, or you need to have like a crazy amount of reach or like laning utility, like a disruptor. All these like Skywraths that we've seen, Rubik's can just completely turn a fight around, and Jakiro just feels like a walking bag of gold for the enemy team, usually found on your side of the map close to some of your towers.
Nice. As a carry player, I like to hear that.
So why do you not get the second point in Doom at 12?
You're not doing it for the damage. You're doing it for the fact that it dooms them. So your other abilities are really good, I think, is pretty much the reason.
Okay.
In a game like this, you can assume it's going to be going late. Those extra points in Devour are pretty value as well.
All right. Makes sense. Hurricane Pike now up on Viper, going to be good. Is Viper actually the Doom target? It seems like they've been trying to get.
If you can get the mag before the RP, I think like that changes the fights a lot. But at the end of the day, I believe Viper will be the one in your face every time. So he'll be the easiest target, and you don't mind taking him as the target, in my opinion.
And honestly, the Nether Toxin's the most fearsome spell on the side of Secret. I'd rather play around the RP, maybe cancel the blink. You don't want to Doom a Spectre.
You have Slark to go in the back lines to maybe disrupt that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I think it's actually just Doom the Viper. Because it's one of those weird games where Viper is apparently like not only the tankiest hero, right? But when you look at Spectre's itemization, Hood into Blade Mail, you don't give a damn about this guy right now. You will later, but not now.
We see he did a triple stack, just pops Blade Mail, has that in power. He's already at 1.7k gold. He is getting a decent amount of farm. He's 4th in net worth, about to be 3rd.
I like that he has dust in his backpack. Pretty cool little thing that is important against the Slark Shadowblade. Because if you know in fights, like if you pop your ultimate and Slark has already utilized that Shadowblade, you can chase him down after his ultimate's over because that dagger sticks on him. He doesn't get the regen.
Slark's about to hunt him, though.
Oh, I bet he wishes that chicken was in base.
Sentry, though. Swing and a miss.
Now SVG trying to slow him down. The Blade Mill does get popped. And look at this, a full rotation. YapzOr probably going to get SVG here. Doesn't even have to use Hook here. Mid one's there.
So that is the commonality in all the builds of Secret. The reason why I like the Blade Mill, meaning why I think it may be good, but it may not be the right item, I'm not actually sure, is Slark can't kill you.
Yep.
Because if he goes on, you just push Blade Mill. Slark has no way to deal with that.
This might be a kill, yeah. Oh, snaking.
The game sense.
That was, well, mid one kind of TP'd in front of him. They had to know something was up there.
Oh, look at mid, though.
They're going to go
another
for
sentry.
Bag of gold. Go get it.
He's not even going to use Lee. He doesn't want to miss this one. Just gets the kill. Still doesn't have his Echo Saber. It's been in base for a while now.
And this is my issue with the Jakiro, right? Like, it's just sad days. Like, I don't actually know what you do if you're Puppey in this game. I like that he chose to max Ice Path because I think that that's his by far most valuable skill this game, and they're kind of banking on a big RP or hook into a nice Ice Path.
Does have the Blade Mill, though.
I think this is going to go bad for Radiant.
I don't.
We're going to see Blade Mill gets popped, but it doesn't matter. He instantly dies. He goes for the RP, doesn't even use it, gets Yules into there. Do we have a silence? Nope, already been used. They're going to try to just drain him down. Ice Path comes. Only hits onto one on the backside. They're going to trap in Yawar, but look at this. He is just sucking him low. YapzOr taking a little bit of damage. Doom comes up on Viper again. They're just going to try to chase him down. Ice Path does hit, and this should be a kill. Oh my goodness, they are diving the base. And what can you do against this MSS? Healing them all up.
That was very odd that they didn't buy back Spectre, but
I don't think you can. Once like the mag's out of the fight, Viper's, as soon as Viper's doomed, like who does damage? How do you actually kill things? Like even if you get a big RP off, right? There's still a Wyvern ulti. All he has to do is peel, and you peel for a couple of seconds, and all. Like, there's no one who's gonna die.
Yeah, I was just debating anyway. I didn't think that's how it would go.
I mean at the end of the day, even with the Blade Mail in the hood, it's 1,000 health Spectre.
Yeah.
So what does Blade Mail even do for you when there's 3 heroes killing you?
Strength treads.
That's true.
Well, 20% lifesteal picked up by Slark. That's actually, you don't see that one as much, do you?
I like it against the Blade Mail Spectre.
Yeah, and again, you just have to live. Secret doesn't do damage. If you can live through that initial onslaught of spells, if you can bait out the RP and the Haunt, there is no way for Secret to fight you anymore. And I'm always scared when you're playing a ultimate-based draft against a Wisp lineup. Like,
and the Slark's got Silver Edge queued up. It's a decent Silver Edge game. Thoughts?
A great Silver Edge game.
Yeah, against the Spectre and the Viper, it's pretty much as good as it gets.
Middle lane. Well, I was going to say maybe they're baiting him, but 3 of them show up. Resolution gets the hell out of there. Top lane, solo pushed in by MSS, and now bottom, you are just going to go farm up. So he had a reasonably rough lane middle, just like we saw who mid one was. It had a rough game last game, but he's caught back up.
And look at the items on the Wisp. No bottle, but Urn, HOD, Glimmer. Love that choice. And
he's farmed.
And you look at Doom. Crimson Guard Pipe? How do you kill anyone?
I was going to say that like they're building to live on Secret, but they don't threaten VGJ. So all look at the net worths of VGJ. Like they don't threaten them, so they're just all going to free farm this entire time.
Yeah.
Which is going to accelerate their timings. And Slark's not bad against Spectre if he's free farming the entire game.
Going Halberd on Viper, like Mag went Blink into Shadowblade. Like they have no damage on anyone. No one has itemized for damage.
I will say they do clearly have a plan on Secret. So we're going to learn whether or not it's correct based on how this game turns out. But it's not like they half committed to one thing, half committed to another. They are fully about surviving and then winning the late game.
They do scout him out with that scan, but I think mid one might just be dead here. He's going to get gone on. Has a Hurricane Pike. Isn't going to quite use it yet. He does. He tries to get away. Will do that. Resolution
they found the Viper.
Ace does
They found real Spectre.
Can they get him? Spectre does get Doom. Ice Path comes, hits Doom. He's not taking too much damage. Ghost on the backside flying. Everyone's pretty low, actually, on Radiant and Dire.
He took literally no damage on Doom there.
And, well, man, Secret loves defending this Tier 1 bottom tower. And they do it successfully again. They don't lose anyone, but Spectre ulti is
smoked up. They're ready to go. Even though they run into Resolution.
I don't know who is on here yet. I tried to scroll out there, but for some reason I cannot.
Oh, I know. I changed
gods.
your hotkeys.
You change? Are you?
I do. Just go back to the options, right? Oh, you can't do it right now. Here.
No, you were using that computer. It shouldn't change like on this.
I used your account. I was using your profile though. Somebody
You
changed mine too. Somebody changed mine too. It's not the.
Can people just log out of the damn accounts and log on your own? It takes like 1 minute. Bottom lane, there's a big fight. Hookshot's going to come in. It will hit on SCG.
Oh,
but it hits a 3-man RP. Macro Pyre there brings him in, but there's a shrine, and you have MSS on IO. No one's doing damage to anyone, like either team. Puppy might be the first one to die finally. We're going to see a TB out by Yapsor. We'll get out. Fada is going to die. I said Fada, it's Fada, but.
It's Fada.
All right. And now, they're going to go forward. They're going to find mid one. He's going to go down, and neither team was doing damage at the beginning of that fight. And then, the shrine with an IO makes it pretty easy.
That's the thing. Like, they hit a sick RP on the macro. No one dies anyway because there's no haunt. Thus, the Spectre's not even there. And then it's like, I don't know. It's like watching one of those movie fights where the hero, like, beats the crap out of the villain for a solid 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then he's like, dude, I'm Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Like, that didn't even faze me. And then just, the turnaround.
Yeah.
Usually in the form of a roundhouse
one of your
kick.
better analogies. I mean, there wasn't too much to go off of.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you just appreciate it because it's basic.
Yeah.
And you're just.
And I'm basic.
Exactly.
That's what I think. That's what you're going for. It's better if I say it. So.
So if you are Seeker right now, what do you want to do if you're Secret? How do you set up a win here?
Get the Radiance and
hope for a good fight
and pray them.
All right. And finally, this tier 1 bottom. VGJ.Storm throughout 2 games has been trying to kill this tower, and they get it 27 minutes into the second game.
Yeah. I just, like, the way I see it, you need somebody on your team to dangle, and you need somebody
to tangle.
To tangle, yes, exactly. And they have 3 danglers on the Secret lineup right now, and there's no tangos. There's no tanglers, rather.
Yes.
There's no.
Would you say it takes 1 to dangle and 2 to tangle?
You need a guy that's like, yo, mess with me.
Yeah, come at me.
Come at me, bro.
You're dangling the bang.
You're dangling yourself as bait.
Wait up, guys.
Okay, he's fine.
Is he going to leap after him? He is. He doesn't get the connection, but
don't matter. He's like, yo, these are my creeps.
We're busy trying to talk about important things, and you're just trying
something about dangling and tangling.
But
I don't
there's
give a
new
shit.
words that we're trying to instruct the viewers about, okay?
Yes.
There's the dangler, which is the Viper in this game.
Bait.
But it's also the Spectre. And the mag is like the guy looking to dance. He's going to hit this huge RP.
To tango.
But there's no one to tango with him because no one's actually able to do damage.
And based on my knowledge of the English language, it takes 2 to tango. And
exactly.
And they only have 1.
Exactly. Now do you understand, Grant?
Yeah.
Grant?
I'm just watching this game.
Okay.
We're going to see Infernal Blake. I hate you guys. But it's going to be SVG, level 13, man. The supports, and I just want to say mostly, MSS is so farmed right now. He's going to have a full Spirit Vessel as well. We do have the Radiance 28 minutes in, obviously, after a few other items, the Blade Mill.
And Rezo correctly going for the BKB, I think, is really good here.
Do you still like their draft on Secret, though, don't you, BSJ? I really think that
I like the draft.
Yeah, they just...
Uh-oh, guess who they find?
That's no Dark Pact used, and he's dead. No, he's fine.
Oh, my goodness, and he leaps out at the perfect angle. They're going to try to bring him down, but look who's here. It's MSS and SVG. They're going to nuke him down, and the rest of the team has just shown up. And that's the thing. You're up 11K. You can do this. Doom's going to come out on the Viper again. Stomp from the creep. They get the kill. And
dude,
dang.
No one's going to die.
If that was a Helm Dom on the Spectre,
then what?
You would have died.
Really?
I had the extra attack speed from everybody.
The lack of a dominatrix has really hurt their ability to win this game.
Well, here we go. They're going to find Fada as well, and see you later.
I just point out Dominator. 1 damage item.
You know what that was? That was dust from the Slark. What a player. Resolution.
Did you see? I was actually really surprised he got the leap out of there, too, the pounds. That was like a perfect angle.
And that's the flaw with the lineup. Like, obviously it was close, but if Rezo lives there, you have to run.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you can fight anymore once you
do not
use your
chase
spells.
Slark.
Yeah, RP down, didn't kill him, GG.
MSS hits the stun with the Centaur. SVG chasing him down. Will anyone else be here in time? Snaking, no blink. Doesn't look like it. On the backside, Is there a possibility of steal here? Puppey throws the ice path. In comes Ace. I don't think Roche is low enough. They're just going to back out and not even take the risk. MSS taking a ton of damage. We do have the Viper ulti flying. Resolution killing Puppey in the backside.
The Spectre.
Ace, oh my goodness, taking so much damage. His Spear Vessel, like you said, the hood, helping out a little, but...
Snaking, it's not possible to give any fewer...
Oh, get ready, the hook shot is going to come in. Will he be able to steal it? The damage out there. Yeah, does get it. And the last kill as well. Now they're going to take it down already. The Spectre in a lot of trouble. Can't really help them. And
they have no ults on the side of Secret.
We're just going to see YapzOr die, but they steal both of them. Gold and that ult. But
he's got a TP in his inventory. No Yules on the DP. Just get out of there.
Ace is dead, though.
Yeah. Rezo gets the Ags bonus when he's tethered. It's so sick.
Oh, so it gives it to everyone, right?
No,
it's an AoE around him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's nice. They're looking for more. Well, YapzOr gets out of there, but you lost Ace.
It just doesn't matter. And also, this Doom hero, man, do you guys see the net worth on this hero? He's keeping up with the Slark. He's 5-1 and 10. He does not die. He's going to have a Shivas in a second, and I'm pretty sure Snaking can just walk into the base 10 seconds ahead of his team and just have no fear.
I want to reemphasize that if you build only defensively, you can't kill crap, and if you can't kill crap, they're just going to free farm.
Wait.
Yeah.
You're going to say that after talking about Doom, who only built defensively and is killing people.
Well,
but
he has heroes on his team.
Oh, okay, don't yell at me.
He has tanglers, okay?
Yeah, he's
Doom
the dangler.
is the one dangler.
Yes, we got two tanglers. Tangos.
Two of them.
Top lane.
Yes.
They're coming back. Fada. Oh. Looks like he could get something. Will he have the ulti? He does pop it. Can they get the kill on Slark? No Aegis. Nope. He pops, gets Glimmer Cape. Now he pops his own ulti. Can he leap? He's trying to. He's juking and jiving. Makes it over. Nicely done by Rezo.
Tangling like no other.
Yep.
Aeon Disc on Death Prophet. Already been popped, and they're going back in. See you later, Puppey.
Gotta find the mag.
And
He does.
They find the mag and said, yep, they go for him. Will they burst him down?
Oh,
He pops the dust. He gets
what
it.
A player.
In, gets the kill. On the backside, Spectre gets found. And a see you later. Do they call it, or do you get a buyback from Mag and get one more defense? Looks like it. Ice Path will
Slark
fly.
has 22 Essence Shift stacks.
Backdoor protection was on. It is gone now.
Full BKB purchase. You can't kill him anymore. You can't even kill him before the... They have Wyvern plus IO to counter initiate on the Slark, so now Slark has no fear of death. In the game where they played against the Eternal Envy's Spectre with, I believe it was EG, like, Slark had ways of dying. In this game, that's just not the case.
Oh, Doom again on this Viper. Puppey's just dead. He's had a pretty rough game versus Doom as well as Slark, like you said, Kyle.
Snaking just asserting dominance.
He's just zoning them all out.
This is the equivalent of
you need to watch out.
someone you're beating in Halo.
Yeah, you do got to watch out. Force staff once the Doom's gone. Could force staff him into the fountain, but no need to. They get out, get a 4x.
No one dies. Like, the Radiance at this point is completely moot. It means absolutely nothing. And to the point before, like, the cool thing about Storm's lineup is that the Doom is definitely, like, itemizing to dangle, but the DP and the Slark can itemize for damage, and they utilize their kits for survivability. Slark can pop his ult, he can leap away, DP has all the drains, and he's naturally going to buy Yules, BKB, and the Aeon Disc. So now he just dies to nothing, even if he gets RP'd alone. Plus, did I mention Ice Frog hooking the homie up with 50 damage at level 10. Do you know how much 50 damage is worth on the market, Grant?
50 damage.
How much is that worth in gold, though?
Let me give it a peek.
Demon Edge is 246 damage, I think, right? Something like that.
It's about 3,400 gold.
3,400 gold. Because you hit level 10. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What did we win?
Well, Doom is going to have a Blink Dagger here in about 100. Yep. And it looks like this is one of those games. Secret, more than likely, I mean, maybe you get a 5-man RP, right? You do have that chance of getting it.
Followed up with that Hood Spectre, Blade Mail, Radiance Cleave.
To be fair, if you do get a 5-man with two empowered heroes.
I can't imagine Wyvern's ever going to be close enough to get 5-man RP'd.
A great game, by the way. SVG's been silent on this Wyvern, but 0-2-15, like, he hasn't never been picked off at a fight. Break on the Viper,
right now.
goodbye.
Dies instantly. Puppey on the backside. I don't even think he's a hero at this point. Goes down. They do pop the BKB on Slark, though.
Don't you remember when Viper was in second place in net worth with like 7.6K? It's like 15 minutes later, he's gone up 2.5, and he's now just like 6th place below a Wisp.
I'm curious. So the laning phase, I mean, Yawar lost middle pretty hard. Why is winning lanes not as important as it was a month ago?
You have to buy the right items, I think. And they also removed a lot of the gold you would get from staying ahead, right? Tower denies become nothing. There's less gold on the map with bounty runes until later on.
Let's see what they can do to him. Rezo's already in here as well. Ace just TP's back. Fada cancels the ulti out. He's going to go in for one right now, but the doomed up Spectre is just going to die. Fada going to die, and SVG taking a ton of damage. He's just going to try to wander on away. Almost goes down, but almost is not good enough. Well, I don't know about that one, Puppy.
Here comes 5-man RP to change it all.
They're going to look for it. Doom just tanking it up. They're going to try to bring him down. He gets Glimmer Caped. And now Spectre does get the ulti up. They want to go for SVG on the back line. It looks like he will go down to Ace. He does end up dying. Now he goes back in. They get the break, and it looks like he's just going to die. RP comes out, but Doom, misses the attack on Ace. Doesn't actually get it off the Omega urn. Won't even kill Spectre. Finally goes down. Snake King dies as well after a while. But now Rezo just going to right-click, and Puppy drops the G's on him. And, well, Resolution had a pretty damn good game.
I mean,
all of VGJ.Storm did.
The Dream Slark game, and again, I stand by. I don't know how Secret wins. I really don't know how Secret wins.
You guys picked Secret in the. You picked
the
before the game started.
I brought up very valid points about how Secret would lose the game. It would be if they can't deal enough damage, specifically burst damage, to actually take someone on VGJ.Storm out. And they never could. They were getting close, but close only counts with horseshoes and hand grenades, Grant. They have to actually kill that hero. And when they don't, 5 seconds later, he's full health. Itemization from Storm, I think, was perfect. And I don't know how Secret wins this game if nobody's actually scaling. No one's accelerating. No one's using this advantage they made in the lanes to either kill creeps faster or to take towers. There's no one that can drive the Zamboni, Grant. No one can actually keep going.
0 and 2, both your guys' predictions
what do you
after
mean?
The picks. You said after the picks, you picked Secret.
Who said that?
You!
That was basic slamma jamma over here. I was in the middle.
No, you were not, but that's fine.
You have to understand.
If only there was a way to prove it.
There is. Watch the damn VOD.
I'm making predictions based on how I would play the heroes.
That's
true. And then
true.
he builds a hood.
If that was a BSJ Slark, Secret takes that game.
Exactly.
Actually, you know what's funny?
I wouldn't be playing
If that's
Spectre.
a BSJ Slark and Spectre, I think BSJ wins that game.
You guys are both garbage. VGJ.Storm and Secret, 2 of the best teams in the world right now. They know what they're doing, but for real, VGJ.Storm, they played amazingly that game. They brought it back after a rough game number 1, right?
They did.
That's good mental fortitude versus one of the best teams
they
in the
got
world.
confidence, right?
They do.
They won a series already today. They crushed through the group. They've won a minor. If you can't deal with one loss, who are you?
Exactly.
So now, going into Game 3, is it always better to win Game 2 instead of Game 1?
I think so.
Always. Okay.
Me too.
You just feel better. You have the edge, and there's a new coin toss. That's the thing I don't like about Game 3s, and something a lot of the viewers at home might not realize. It drives me nuts, is that they always do a coin flip for Game 1 and Game 3, and when you prep for Game 3, you never know who's going to win the toss. So you're preparing for 2 games instead of just 1. It is one of my biggest pet peeves. Coin tosses should happen, preferably in my eyes, on stage. That's a whole other topic.
I agree
but
with that.
How hard is it? Post-game, the captains go to the center, you flip the coin. The guy can have a microphone, cannot have a microphone, doesn't matter. Maybe he's just linked into production. You go, okay, guys, SVG, call it. Heads. First pick. Dire. Cool. You tell production. Now we already know.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Captains can prepare for the game they're about to play versus taking the next 10 to 15 minutes saying, okay, guys, if we win the coin toss, we're going to take first pick, we're going to do this. If we lose the coin toss, I think they'll take first pick, but they might take Dire. If they take Dire, we'll take first pick. If they take first pick, we're going to take Dire. You're literally preparing for 3 different scenarios. It's stupid.
My thing is that I respect your concern and your pet peeve about that, but I don't have too much experience with that because you have to get to Game 3.
I have one question here.
You just close them out 2-0, right, BSJ?
Exactly.
1 game PL, 1 game Slark. Boom.
Is Doom going to get banned from either team?
I hope so. That hero's absurd.
That hero is pretty nuts. The fact that lanes are so important and he just makes one lane, you can't enter it. And
he did more damage than the Death Prophet. He did more,
I think the thing about Ace's build that game was he intended to stay in lane with the hood.
Yeah.
And he can't.
Yeah.
So suddenly this first item he built whose only purpose was to allow him to stay in his lane.
Yeah.
He couldn't stay in his lane, so now he's a Spectre with a hood.
Usually you wouldn't be able to apply as much pressure as you can, but when Snake King just has a billion regen, you don't care about any sort of harass damage. Like you're actually like unable. Doom is like trying to think of like that Teen Titans villain that
Slade.
No, not Slade. The one made of like mud or something, right? Like the toxic guy. And you couldn't actually deal damage to him because he's just literally animated sludge. So you would punch him, but like then your arm's just stuck. You don't actually
That's
make
how
it.
I've always thought about snaking.
Plasmus. There you go.
Wow.
Thanks. Oh man, Rob, you're on point. This whole team is. It's gonna be a great night.
Yes.
It's gonna be a great night.
And I'm ready for a game 3.
Really,
We've had 2-0s all day today.
Yep, and we have, right, VGJ.Storm, I want to say they stomped OG, and Mineski, stomped TNC, and now this is what is this called? Is this winners quarters?
This is the winners semifinals.
Winners semis, okay, and it's a big one. It is going to go to game number 3, and now you have some of the top of Europe versus some of the top of NA. It's exciting that it really is that there is a team outside of EG that can compete at a very high level. Like, we haven't had that in a while.
Are you implying EG can compete outside at the region at a very high level?
They can try. I mean, they won a minor.
That's true.
So did Optic.
He's legally obligated to say that.
I'm not. Are you saying EG's
that in
not
the
the second best team still, or not the first?
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't formed my team yet.
I don't think you can say that they're the first. I mean, at this point, this is the thing. EG still thinks they're the first. 90% of the NA community still thinks they're the best. But I would say that the impetus has shifted. It's no longer up to VGJ.Storm to prove it.
I don't think you used that word.
Thank God we're part of the 1%.
10%, I think he said, but
you're not keeping up with the memes.
But
man.
it is going to be VGJ.Storm versus Team Secret. We are going to take a quick break. The hype needs to die down a little. Kyle and BSJ, you guys need to, maybe go to the bathroom together, talk about who you're going to pick.
Do some tangling.
I hope that meme dies by game number 3.
It's never.
I really hope it will. But VGJ.Storm, Team Secret, game number 3 coming up in the next couple of seconds, so we will see you soon.
Why?